Okay, good evening, everybody. So yes, this is follow-up to the last two Rab meetings. This is going to be a fairly quick update because, of course, we have other agenda items, but I will fill in what we've been doing at the three solid waste disposal areas. Can we go to our table of contents? So our presentation overview, we have the three solid waste disposal areas. As I mentioned before, this map is our project map, so west side, bay side, and North Point. Most people, I think, are familiar with those. As part of the update today, we're going to talk about munitions debris, because of course I mentioned in the last update that west side, disposal area west side, has unique characteristics in that it has the potential for munitions debris, so I'll give you an update on that. Some pictures of some solid waste that we're pulling out of North Point and Bayside. An update on the little rad objects and the totals thus far. The number of waste bins we've taken off site, a schedule, and then of course our contact information, which is key. Okay, so disposal area North Point, we got started here first. We're about, on this timeline, we're about in the middle. Maybe hard to read for some of you back there, but what we're doing now is continuing to remove the debris. So the bathtub that we've spoken of before, excavation sidewalls and bottoms, we continue to remove debris from those areas. So thus far we have finished 3 of the 4 survey units, with 1 still to go. We have found 15 rad objects at North Point. So that's our total for the entire solid waste disposal area shown here. Remaining work to do. One of these bullets on this timeline shows building 1235. I mentioned this before, this building needs to come down at a later date. The reason it's sequenced later on is because we actually have to backfill the surrounding area so there's not an open hole or an open excavation. So equipment can get into that area and demo that building. And of course, we're continuing to do the chemical and radiological sampling of the entire excavation at North Point. And then of course, when we're done, we backfill that excavation. Next slide. So these are some pictures that we have, with process pictures. The first survey unit that we finished at North Point was survey unit 1. This is a picture that we chose to show the folks here because it does depict what the process is. So in this area, this is the bottom of the excavation. It's approximately 4 feet down from the bottom of the concrete slab. This is building 1235. And at that 4 foot depth, after we obtained clean radiological and chemical samples, that marked the end of our excavation. So we put some snow fence. This is orange snow fence. It's hard to tell there, but that delineates where our remediation ended. After that, we then put in this rock, which is used to bridge the groundwater. And basically, that's just a term used to enhance our compaction. So it makes compaction of the soils easier. After that, we put on some geofabric and then soil on top. So this is a good snapshot of the entire profile of material that we put back into these excavations. And then this is what it looks like when it's done. So it just looks like soil at the end. And of course, we then seed that or plant it. And so it'll look back the way it did before May of 2015. Okay, so I just showed you survey unit 1. This is survey unit 2, 3, and 4. What you see here, so survey unit 1 would be back here by building 1235. This is 2, 3, and 4. What we're doing here is this is actually a coffer dam or a temporary soil dam that we use to de-water or take the water out of the excavations. We'll actually put a pump in the bottom of this hole, pump the water off to the adjacent survey units, and then that way we can see what we're doing when we are digging and looking for debris at the bottom of these excavations. So that's a snapshot of the process, and we'll do that as we move down the line until we're done with the entire excavation. And then this is a picture of the type of stuff that we are pulling out at the bottom of these excavations. So as you can see, wire, metal scrap. In this case, this looks to be some chain link fence. And we are finding it all the way down to about 12 feet below the existing ground surface. So, okay, that wraps up North Point. Bayside, very similar situation. I mentioned last time at Bayside that we found a burn area with burn debris at Bayside. So Bayside is more or less progressing in the same manner as North Point, except that we will come back to Bayside to complete excavations at this historic burn area. So percentage-wise, we're about 64% done at Bayside. And we found more LROs in Bayside. We found 69 to date. And that's mainly associated with this historic burn area. So we do expect to find more LROs when we come back to this area. So that's our running total so far. Completed 1 of 5 survey units. And again, the process is the same. Once we're done with our radiological and chemical sampling, we'll do the backfill, and then Bayside will be done.